Good morning, students, and how's your night? Um, Without much ado, we're going to be going to the business of the day, which is what differentiation. In the last class, we talked about limiting values, and we were able to solve some problems on differentiation using first principle. Today, we're going to be building on the previous knowledge. We're going to be building on it. We're going to be picking some vital examples here. Example one. Example one. Find the derivative of y equal to x squared. Find the derivative of y equal to x squared with the use of first principle. The first thing you do if you want to solve this question is this. Solution, you say y equal to what? X squared. Right? From here you come to discover that as your y is increasing, as delta y is increasing, then delta x is also what? Increasing. Delta x squared. So that when this one is increasing, you have x plus delta x squared. The squared is affecting everything in the bracket. So from here we have what? Y plus delta y, right, equal to what? Let's see how we can expand this. When you are expanding this, you have what? X squared plus 2x delta x, right, plus delta x squared. When you expand this, from here, what do? You subtract y plus delta y from what? The original question given to you, which is what? Y. This is minus y equal to what? X squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared, then minus x squared. Hope you are getting it. From here, you now do what? Collect like terms. This is y minus y plus delta y, right, equal to what? X squared minus x squared, this x squared minus this x squared, then plus your 2x delta x, this is delta x, right, plus delta x squared. Hope you are getting it. Of course, delta y minus y will give us what? 0. So we can say that delta y equal to what? X minus x is what? 0. So you can ignore this and write what? 2x delta x plus what? Delta x squared. Hope you are getting it. So from here now, what do you do next? You divide both sides by what? Delta x. Divide both sides by delta x. You say all over delta x, right? This one all over delta x, y these two all over delta x. Then delta x or delta y over delta x will give us what? This delta, we cancel this delta. True of us. Through we have delta x or 2x plus what? This delta x, we cancel out one of these delta x. And I believe that you know delta x squared simply means, on the rough sheet now, this one means delta x squared can be written as what? Delta x, right? So if you now split it into two, you discover that the denominator will cancel one delta x off, leaving you with what? Delta x. Is that okay? So from here now, let's see how we can analyze this. I want to clean this portion of the board right now. Looking at this now, we have delta y over delta x equal to 2x plus delta x. We now say as the limit of what? Delta x tends to 0. As the limit of delta x tends to 0, what do you have? You have what? You can say 2x plus 0. Why is it 2x plus 0? Simply means that what? 2x plus 0 simply means that anywhere you see delta x, not delta x, anywhere you see delta x, simply put what? Simply put 0 there. So from this particular equation, we have what? Delta x. That means instead of writing delta x, what are we going to write? We're going to write 0 away. We now say, therefore, dy x equal to what? 2x. So that simply means that if you find the derivative of y equal to x squared, your final answer will be what? 2x. This is example 1. Let's pick another example. Example 2. Example 2. Example 2. Find the derivative of 4x squared using first principle. Now let's understand. Using first principle. If you want to solve this now, let's use this question on the board. So solving this question, you come to discover that this is solution. Your y will be equal to what? 4x squared, right? Following the same procedure, increase in what? Delta y. That means y plus what? Delta y equal to what? This to another increase in what? Delta x. X plus what? Delta x. Then squared. You are squaring it. So the same procedure is also applicable. Y plus delta y, right? Minus y equal to what? 4 open bracket x plus delta x close bracket. Of course, you are squaring it, squared, then minus what? Minus your 4x squared. The next procedure, collect like terms. You have y plus or y minus y, right? Plus what? Delta y equal to what? 4 open bracket x plus delta x close bracket, then minus what? Minus 4x. Isn't it? Let's see how we can expand this now. Expanding this, what will you have? This one becoming delta y, which is equal to what? This is what? Expand this first before we now talk of expanding the 4. That means all these ones are also what? In brackets. These ones are what? In brackets. So 4 open bracket. Let's expand this. When you expand this, you have what? X squared plus 2x delta x plus what? Delta x squared. Do you agree? Then minus this particular what? Minus 4x or minus 4x squared. Since that the initial question given to us. From here you have what? Delta y equal to, let's see how we can expand this. This minus this is what? 4x squared. That's the product of 4 and x squared will give us what? 4x squared plus the product of 4 and 2x delta x will give us what? 8x delta x plus 4 multiplied by this particular one will give us what? 4 open bracket what? Delta x squared, then minus what? 4x squared. Collect like terms as usual. You have delta y equal to 4x squared minus 4x squared plus what? Plus 8x delta x plus what? 4 open bracket delta x squared, right? So that this and this, subtract it, you have what? Let's clean this portion of the board. Subtract it from this, you have 0. Here it becomes delta y equal to what? 8x delta x, that's from here, 8x delta x plus now, plus 4 open bracket delta x squared, right? Divide both sides by delta x, divide this by delta x, divide these two by delta x, so that your delta or delta y over delta x will give us what? This one cancel out this, agree? We have 8x plus the denominator cancel out one of the delta x, it becomes what? 4 delta x, right? Now see as the limit, as the limit, we talk about limiting values in last class, so I believe all this jargon shouldn't be an issue. So as the limit of delta x now, not x, delta x tends to 0, you come to discover that 8x plus what? 4 open bracket 0. So you now say therefore dy over dx equal to what? 8x plus 0, and anything plus 0 is taken as what? That's a particular number. Our final answer is what? 8x. So that simply means that when you find the derivative of 4x squared, your final answer is what? 8x. So let's write down some exercise. Practice this exercise now. Exercises. Let's do some question to practice exercise. Question number 1. Find the derivative of the following using what? First principle. Number 1, you have 13x squared. Number 2, you have x raised to the power of 3, and number 3, you have, let's say, 1 over x. So unfailingly, I want this problem to be solved and submit on the platform. Thank you very much.